Brooklyn Didn't Understand by Joy Haney. Brooklyn loved school. She loved playing at recess and meeting new friends. She loved learning new things, eating snack, and reading on the carpet. But most of all, Brooklyn loved her teacher, Miss Rita. One day, Brooklyn was sitting on the carpet at story time. She was talking to her friend Dwayne about what she had for dessert last night. Then she heard Miss Rita say, "All right, children, quiet down. It is time to read a story." Brooklyn didn't understand. Quiet down, Brooklyn thought. If she wants the quiet in the room to go down, then she must want the loud in the room to go up. So Brooklyn continued to talk to Dwayne louder than before. "Be quiet, Brooklyn," said Miss Rita. So Brooklyn was quiet. She always wanted to do just what her teacher said. "Okay, class," said Miss Rita when she finished reading the book. "Put on your listening ears because I am going to give you some very important instructions." Brooklyn didn't understand. Listening ears, she thought. Do some people have more than 2 ears? I don't. I guess I will just try to use my normal ears instead. "Before you go outside for recess," continued Miss Rita, "don't forget to put your coat on. It is cold outside today." After recess was over, Miss Rita called the children back into the classroom. "Come inside quickly, and don't forget to use your inside voices and your walking feet." Once again, Brooklyn didn't understand. She wanted to do what Miss Rita said, but she just did not have extra voices or feet lying around. Brooklyn decided that her regular voice and feet would have to do. Once they were inside again, Miss Rita said, "Take a seat, boys and girls." Brooklyn didn't understand. Where should she take her seat? She just did her best by sitting in it where it was. Then the snack was passed out, and they began to eat. At the end of the day, Miss Rita said to the children, "Tell your neighbors something you learned today." Brooklyn didn't understand. Mommy said that Mrs. Wilson, who lived next to them, was their neighbor, but Mrs. Wilson was not there. Brooklyn raised her hand in the air and said, "But Miss Rita, my neighbor isn't here because she doesn't go to preschool. Mrs. Wilson is too old." Miss Rita laughed and told her to just tell Lucy, who was sitting next to her, instead. So Brooklyn did, because she always wanted to do what her teacher told her to, even if it was a little confusing. Right before it was time to go home, Miss Rita tried to get everyone's attention. "Eyes on me, class," she said. Brooklyn didn't understand. Why would Miss Rita want the class to put their eyes on her? "Oh well," she thought, "if my favorite Miss Rita wants me to do it, I will, even if I don't understand." Brooklyn walked right up to her teacher and put her eyes on Miss Rita's skirt. "My goodness," Miss Rita laughed. "You are too darling. Give me a big hug, Brooklyn." And that was one thing that Brooklyn did understand.